Well, just a brief comment about the last game. Not much different than what I said after the game. Pretty pleased with the standard that our team played to in terms of the effort, the toughness that we played with. There was a lot of good hustle in the game, a lot of good things to teach from in terms of having an opportunity to learn, grow, and improve, and pleased with the players' attitude relative to how they approached that game. The one thing I would like to say is I would really like to congratulate Greg on being one of the 12 finalists, for the Rhodes Scholar. I think it was a great experience for him. I think it's an honor to him and his family that he was in that position. And, in my opinion, as a person, a leader, I know the competition is tough, but this guy is one of the best guys in the country relative to anything that anybody would want to pick for anything. And sometimes you don't control all the factors, when you get in this arena. But he's been great for us. He's been great for our team. He's a great leader. And I don't see how you can be any better person. And I know he's very intelligent. And I know he's going to be extremely successful. And I know this experience will be something that'll be a positive for him in his future. We had some players of the week, William Vallejos and Darius Hanks on offense, Chris Jordan and D. Milner on defense, Brandon Gibson, Chavis Williams, and Jarrell Harris on special teams. All those guys did a really good job in the game. It was great to play so many players in the game, and here you have some players that are Player of the Week who have not been starters, for whatever reasons. But from an injury standpoint, I think Barrett Jones is the only player who, will not be 100% today and probably will not practice much, today. But he is making progress. We're still hopeful that he'll be able to do a significant amount of work as the week progresses and have an opportunity to play in this game. This is obviously one of the greatest rivalries in college football. The Iron Bowl has been going on in this state for a long, long time, and it's kind of unique that almost everybody in the state is on one side or the other, and two great schools with great football histories, and obviously pretty good teams this year. A lot of players that played against each other in high school and knew each other, played in good programs, and were developed. And I think it says a lot for the football in this state to have two teams of this caliber playing, in the Iron Bowl, this particular year. The focus this week is on the Alabama-Auburn game. It's not about anything that's going on outside. It's not about what happened last year. None of that really matters. It's about this week, this time, this game, and our focus is going to be on the preparation for our team to play the best football and give our guys the best opportunity to be successful against a very good team. The culmination of your season sort of gets judged, by how you do in a game like this. So we want to play our best football, do the best job we can of executing. And if there's any distractions that don't affect how you perform in the game, you should get rid of them, because that's not going to help you play your best in the game. Your focus should be on your preparation of what's going to help you play. That's coaches, players, that's everybody involved in the program. Auburn's done an outstanding job this year. I know how hard it is to go win 11 games in a row, and they have been consistent and effective, and their offense is one of the best in the country in terms of their production, and their quarterback does a tremendous job for them. His versatility is excellent, but their team executes well. Their offensive line does a good job. They've got good skilled players outside. They've got other guys that complement each other as runners, and they do a very good job of utilizing their personnel offensively, and defensively they got quite a few guys back from a year ago and have played extremely well on defense and always been able to make plays when they need to make them. A lot of turnovers, a lot of negative plays. So they're a very, very capable team. They're very good on special teams. So this is a good all-around football team that we're playing, and we're going to have to play our best game to have an opportunity to be successful.
Coach, last year they had an extra week to prepare, and I think during the first half you talked about your team being able to survive the bleep storm, as you put it. This year, having some younger guys on defense, are you concerned about their challenge as well to this year also survive all the different things that they might throw at you in the first half?
Well, I don't think there's any question about it. You know, they do a lot of things offensively and do it very well. So it's not like they just do a bunch of junk. It's a well-conceived, you know, what they do. They do a good job of executing it. They present it to the defense a lot of different ways that requires various adjustments that need to be made. Obviously, when you have an older, more experienced team, but at least, you know, I feel better about the practice time that we're going to have this year to be able to have a chance to get prepared, you know, for the game, because we'll at least have a normal week. And it's going to take some real maturity on our players' part to be able to handle and manage this, because the multiples you don't want to make mental errors on, and because they'll take advantage of it if you do.
Nick, obviously to the fans, this is the biggest game of the year. How much of a sense do you get while you're coaching in the game that this game has more pressure or has more magnitude than maybe the other 11?
Well, I don't think as a coach you really sort of look at it that way. I mean, that's one of those external things that you don't want to affect you, that, you know, you have to be disciplined in your approach to sort of stay focused on the moment. You know, that play in the game, that situation in the game, that time in the game, so that you make good choices and decisions and help your team do the best they can. I think those kinds of things can be a distraction, but I think that's something that you really work hard to, as a coach, to make sure are not affecting your team. And we want to focus on playing our best football, which means how do we execute on that play at that time, like that play has a history and a life of its own, and all that other stuff really doesn't matter. So, I mean, it's out there and it's there, and it's great to have an opportunity to play in games that are meaningful like this to so many people and there's so much interest in. And it's a great opportunity to play against a great team.